Okay, so what if I told you that you could literally hack your credit score? And no, I am not talking about some shady backdoor internet trick. I mean, actually combining the proven traditional rules of personal finance with the cutting edge power of modern artificial intelligence. Because look, if you've ever felt like the credit bureaus just hold all the cards and you're left in the dark, well, it is time to flip the script. Welcome to today's explainer, where we're going to do exactly that. I am genuinely so excited to walk you through this one. Today, we're diving deep into the modern playbook for rapid credit score improvement. We've actually gone ahead and pulled together the absolute best data and strategies from Investopedia, Bankrate, and CNBC to build you a step-by-step visual guide. So whether you're trying to qualify for a better mortgage, trying to lock in a lower interest rate, or honestly, you just want that financial peace of mind that comes with a really exceptional score, this explainer is your roadmap. Here is our agenda for today. Number 1, the credit score formula. 2, AI and your credit report. 3, tackling your revolving debt. 4, expanding your available credit. And finally, number 5, fixing errors and protecting data. The credit score formula, understanding the rules. All right, let's dive right in by understanding the rules of the game. Because, you can't win if you don't know how they're keeping score. The standard FICO model, which is used by like 90% of top lenders, ranges from 300 to 850. But I want you to focus your attention on those two massive slices right at the top. 35% of your score is your payment history, and 30% is the amount you owe, which is also known as your credit utilization. Together, just those two factors make up 65% of your total credit score. That's huge. I mean, if you literally only ever focus on paying on time and keeping your balances low, you're already controlling nearly 2/3 of the whole board. The remaining 35%, that's just split up between the length of your credit history, your mix of credit types, and any new credit you take on. Moving on to Section 2, AI and your credit report. Decode your history. So knowing the formula is great, right? But actually applying it to an incredibly dense, confusing credit report, totally different story. And that is exactly where we bring in the heavy machinery. Step 1, you just grab your free report from annualcreditreport.com. Step 2, you take a digital marker and you completely black out all of your personally identifiable information. We're going to talk a lot more about safety later, but seriously never skip this step. Step 3, you upload that newly redacted document to a chatbot like ChatGPT, and you simply ask it to point out areas for improvement. It's basically a modern cheat code for financial literacy. The difference between doing this the old way and the new way is literally night and day. Doing it manually, you're squinting at all these tiny line items until your eyes cross, trying to guess which closed account is dragging down your credit age, or you're trying to do the math on your utilization right in the middle of a billing cycle. It's a headache. But with an AI prompt, the AI instantly flags things you'd completely miss. It can tell you, hey, booking that recent flight spiked your utilization because you pulled the report mid-cycle. It can even project your score growth over the next 6 months based on your current trajectory. It takes all that dense, boring data and distills it into a highly personalized, actionable to-do list in seconds. Section 3, tackling your revolving debt. Optimize utilization. Okay, so once you have that AI-generated action plan in hand, you're most likely going to find that the biggest lever you can pull right this second revolves around how much you actually owe. And the absolute crucial number you need to remember here is 30%. This is the maximum recommended threshold for your credit utilization ratio. Think about it like this. If you have a credit card with a $3,000 limit, you should never, ever let the balance exceed $900. The second you cross that 30% line, the algorithm starts seeing you as a higher risk, and your score takes a direct hit. Paying down your revolving balances to get under this threshold is absolutely the fastest way to see a jump in your score. But hey, we don't just want to survive here, we want to thrive, right? So 10% is the true gold standard. Experian actually notes that keeping your utilization under 10% is the ideal target if you really want to rapidly propel your score into that exceptional 800 plus tier. Now, to actually hit this, you might need to make multiple payments throughout the month rather than just waiting for the monthly statement to post. That ensures the balance reported to the bureaus stays incredibly low. But look, what if you're already buried in debt and paying it down just feels completely impossible? Well, this right here brilliantly illustrates the power of tech. The old way meant nervously calling up a debt collector, stumbling over your words, and trying to negotiate a settlement manually. It's awful. But now, we have tools like Kickoff's Voice AI. This is a system that actually speaks to lenders on your behalf to negotiate your debt down for you. And the stats on this are just wild. These AI negotiations succeed 77% of the time, dropping consumer debts by an average of 30%. So if a language barrier or, honestly, just simple anxiety has kept you from negotiating your debt, AI can now literally do the talking for you. Moving to Section 4, expanding your available credit, lower your utilization. So, if you can't easily pay down your balances to fix your utilization ratio, you can actually attack the math from the exact opposite direction. You do this by artificially lowering your utilization rate. And there are three main ways to do this. First, simply call your current card issuer and ask for a limit increase. If they say yes, your available credit goes up and boom, your utilization percentage drops instantly. Second, you could open a new credit card. But definitely be careful here. Every single application triggers a hard inquiry, which is going to ding your score a few points, so please don't go applying for 5 cards all at once. Third, and this is a really fantastic hack if your credit is currently poor, become an authorized user on a highly responsible friend or family member's account. Their good credit history and their high limit will show up on your report, boosting your score without you even having to qualify for the card yourself. And here is another incredibly easy way to expand the data working in your favor. 13 points. That is the average score jump for users who sign up for Experian Boost. This is a totally free service that lets you link your bank account so that your on-time payments for things you already pay for every month, like your rent, your utilities, your Wi-Fi, are finally added to your credit file. It is essentially manufacturing good credit history out of thin air, just by using the bills you're already paying anyway. Finally, Section 5, fixing errors and protecting data. Lock down your data. All right, as we enter the final phase of our playbook, we really need to shift gears. We've talked a lot about going on the offensive, but now we got to play some defense. Did you know that according to a 2024 Consumer Report study, 44% of Americans have at least one error on their credit report? That is nearly half the country getting penalized for mistakes they didn't even make. Now, you can use AI to spot these errors, like duplicated accounts or wrong addresses, but listen to me carefully. Before you ever upload a financial document to a chatbot, you absolutely must understand PII. That stands for Personally Identifiable Information. This is your full name, your social security number, your date of birth, your account numbers. You have to protect this at all costs. So here is your mandatory safety playbook for using AI with your finances. Number 1, dive right into the chatbot settings and toggle off data sharing. You absolutely do not want your sensitive financial data being used to train the next public AI model. Number 2, like we mentioned earlier, use editing software to literally black out all PII on the PDF before you hit upload. The AI really doesn't need your name to do the math on your credit utilization. And number 3, always enable multi-factor authentication on any financial app or AI tool you use. Just make it as hard as humanly possible for a hacker to access your accounts. Look, when we use these tools safely, the potential is just boundless. And I want to leave you with this amazing quote from Cynthia Chen. Her story is incredible. She came to the U.S. at 17 as a first-generation immigrant with literally nothing but 2 suitcases. She didn't even know what a credit card was. And today, she's the CEO of Kickoff, actually building these AI tools. She says, not everyone can afford a very sophisticated financial advisor. So AI should be able to do that piece and get consumers more financially literate. That's what this is all about. It's about leveling the playing field for everyone, totally regardless of your background or your income. The tools are out there, guys, and they are more powerful and accessible than ever before in history. Remember, the 65% of your score that relies entirely on payment history and utilization is totally within your grasp, especially when you have an AI co-pilot helping you map out the strategy. So I'm going to leave you with this. What action are you going to take today to seize control of your financial future? Are you going to finally download your report? Are you going to call and ask for a limit increase? The playbook is yours. Get out there and use it.